Hello everyone, I'm trying to welcome you to today's class. I'm going to try to promise. Over the years, I've helped students move from confusion to clarity. Growing up in a family of teachers, I've learned that education is more of acquiring degrees, but shaping minds and building confidence. Being able to defend that good grades anywhere you find yourself. That is the experience I want you to have in this class. Thanks for being part of this amazing experience. And today we'll be diving into an exciting world of physics. We'll be looking at interesting topic, motion. Okay, what is motion? Motion is the change of position of a body in a given time. The change of a body in a given time is what we refer as motion. Okay, let's start. So let's look at the important basics, which is distance, speed, and time, acceleration, displacement, and so forth and so on. So what is distance? What is distance? Okay, distance is the total length of the path an, an object or a body covers regardless of direction. Distance is the total length of the path a body or an object covers regardless of direction. That to say that distance lacks direction. That is to say again that distance is a scalar quantity. Okay. For instance, this is our point A and this is our point B. And this is our object or a body, which is car. Okay, and this car is moving from this point A to this point B, and we say that distance is the total length. So let's assume that the gap between point A and point B is 100 meter. So the distance from this place to this place is the 100 meter, regardless of direction. So you don't know whether this car is moving from north to south or from east to west. You don't know. The distance doesn't give direction. Distance doesn't give direction. Okay, but it have what? Magnitude. They have magnitude, which is they have size, which is what? Meter. 100 meter. But to say that 100 meter east or 100 meter west, distance doesn't give that specific what? Direction. So this is what our distance, the total length of the path covered by a body or by an object, regardless of what? Direction. That is what? Distance. Please, I hope you understand this one. So whenever you are asked define distance, don't even think of climbing it. What you need to do is to draw a sketch like this and put a point A and point B. Know that at the middle is what? Your total length. The total length by which this body move from point A to point B is what you know as what? Distance. Okay, then what of speed? Speed is the distance covered in a time. The distance covered in a time is what we will call known as what? Speed. Okay. For instance now, this is a we say that this car covered 100 meter in a 30 seconds or covers 10 meter in a 2 seconds. That description we are referring as what? Speed. The distance covered in a specific what? Time is what is known as what? Speed. Let's say that this car move from point A to point B in 10 seconds. Inclusion of time have given it what? Meaning. I've given it the description for what? Speed. Okay. The other one is time. Time. Time is the duration taken by a body, is the duration that a body taking to cover a distance in a given what? Speed. This duration from here to here covered by a distance in a specific speed is what we call what? Time. I don't know if you get if you are with me. Please, if there is any question, drop it in the comment section so that we digress it so that we attempt to it. Okay. So, but let me give you a little sketch of how to understand this distance, speed, and time without what? Without planning. Okay. Let's draw a triangle, a sketch like a triangle. Here is our distance. V, remember, distance is represented with what? Capital letter D. While speed is represented with V, the time is represented with what? T. Okay? So, and let's write our T here. Then let's divide this triangle into 3 parts. We divide it like this and like this. So, for us to find the formula of distance, speed, and time, what are we going to do? Distance is equal to V times time. V times time, which is what? VT. Have you seen it? So, for us to find the formula of speed, let's take speed. What remains? If you take speed now, what remains? It remains D and T. We write it the same way. V, which one? The one we are taking is equal to D divided by T. Okay? Then let's take T. What are we left with? We are left with D and V. Then T is equal to D, which is distance, divided by speed, which is what? V. Okay, this is the formula of speed, distance, speed, and time. Okay, please, if you have any question, ask in the comment section. Please share, like, and comment. Follow us on every social media space at School Time Learning Center. Please, the WAEC is about. If you haven't started your preparation for your WAEC, please, you are very late. We are moving from school WAEC exam to CBT WAEC exam. It is what? Computer based. Please subscribe in our YouTube channel. Share to impact others. My dream is to have as many as many as possible students pass their WAEC. Okay, it's possible. It's possible, and I believe with you and me in this course, we will scale through. Okay, so having known that, let's look at the similarities they have to be together. So we are, though we have setting them, but let's look at the SI unit. Okay, the SI unit distance is measured in meter, in meter or in meter, depending British and American English. Then speed, you can also denote their this thing from here. Okay, for instance now, let's derive their SI unit from this here. This is what? Uh, Speed, and speed is measured in meter per seconds times time. Time is measured in seconds. If you divide, you have what? You are meter. Each unit. So this is what speed. This one is measured in what? Meter, and this one is measured in what? Seconds. If it means meter per second, so our speed is meter per second, or either you write it this way or you write it like this, or meter per seconds. Remember, when we did our derivation, we solve this one either in this or in this. Then our time, this is what? Meter divided by meter per seconds. Okay, and whenever this is in division form, let's bring it into what? Multiplication form. If you bring it into multiplication form, it will give us m divided by m times s over 1. Then m times m remaining with what? S. So our time is in what? Seconds, or S. So this is the derivation of SI unit. Before we go over to displacement and velocity, let me remind you that distance, speed and time are secular quantity because they have magnitude and no direction. The magnitude, in the sense that in distance it has 100 meter, indicating the size. In speed they have 10 meter per second. It indicates the size. The T have what? Seconds, like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, indicating the size. It has size, which is what? Magnitude, and no direction. Let's go over to displacement. Displacement. Displacement is the shortest distance, is what? The shortest distance in a straight line. It indicates the distance from it indicates the movement of a body from its starting point to its ending point in a specific what? Direction. For instance, when they say that a car a car a car move from east or move from west to east in 100 meter. So here we are giving what? Direction. Or they say when they say that a car move from northeast to north south, okay, or move from south south to east south, okay, they have given it what? A direction. It no longer what? Distance. It's now a displacement because it talks about the movement of a body from its starting point to its ending point in a specific what? Direction. That direction I have given you the location, which is west or east. Okay, and distance is represented with x, or change in what? Length. Change in length, because they are giving you what? East or west, east starting point or east ending point. Okay, so the distance is x over t. x over t. So the is this tells us about how far a body covers in a specific what? Direction. How far that body is covers from its starting point to its ending point in a specific what? Direction. That is what we know as what? Displacement. Okay, displacement have let's have study the difference between displacement and distance. If you are not careful, it might confuse you if you are not careful. Okay, distance and displacement. Okay, first of all, distance and displacement. Distance is measured in meter, while displacement is also measured in what? Meter. Okay, then distance is the total length, is the what? Total length covered covered by a body, while displacement is a shortest distance in which a body covers from its starting point to its what? Ending point. Okay, a body the length covered by a body, the length covered by a body from its starting point to its ending point. Okay, another one you need to know about this thing is that distance is represented with symbol d, while displacement is represented with x, or change in length. Okay, this one is a scalar quantity, while this one is a vector quantity. I have said the reason why this one is a scalar and this one is a vector. The reason being that this one in distance we have magnitude, which is what the size, which is in meter, and we don't have direction. Okay, but in displacement we have the magnitude and what we have the direction. We have the meter. And also they have what direction where the car is going. They will tell you where the car is going. Either the car is going from east to north, or it's going towards north, or it's going towards south, it's going towards west. It must have what? A direction. Okay? Okay? These are some differences you need to know about on distance between on distance and what displacement. Okay? So let's go back to velocity. Velocity V is represented with symbol V. Okay? This velocity is the rate of change of displacement with time. Is the rate of change of displacement with time is what we know as velocity. D over T. And our D is what? Change in length. Change in length over T. So either you use this formula, or you use this formula. So this is the formula of what? Velocity. And velocity, because we have our velocity for displacement is the meter per second. Meter per second. So SI unit. Okay. And velocity is also a vector quantity because it has what? Direction. It's a vector what? Quantity. It's a vector quantity. So let's look at difference between speed and velocity. Difference between speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. Number one, thing you need to know about speed is that the speed is measured in what? Meter per second, while velocity is also measured in meter per seconds. Then speed is the amount of distance a body covers. Is the amount of distance a body covers. Is what we know as what? Speed. I've said it before that whenever you have point A to point B, and say that the body move from point A to point B in 100 meter, then whenever there is a function of time, we have what? Speed. It's a it's a it's amount of distance covered in a specific time. Is what we call what? Speed. The amount of distance covered in a specific time. Okay, is what we call what? Speed. This one is amount of is the rate of displacement over time. Here, whenever we are describing speed, it doesn't give us direction, but in velocity, there must be what? Direction. There is there is direction. There is a direction. So whenever you are solving any physics equation and you see a sentence or a statement that indicate there is no direction, please solve for what? Speed instead of what? Velocity. Because in velocity there must be a direction. And that they say that with this thing, the body is moving 100 meter east. 100 meter east is what? Velocity. And say that the body is moving 100 meter in a 10 seconds. Please, this is speed. Okay, this one is a scalar quantity. This one is a vector quantity. Okay, this one have a symbol of v, and this one have a symbol of v. Okay, this is what you need to know about difference between speed and velocity. Then let's look at relationship between displacement displacement uh, displacement velocity and time. We have our d is equals to x over t. Sorry, displacement v, our velocity is change in distance, is displacement in a specific what? Time. Is the rate of displacement in a specific time. Then our displacement is equal to velocity times time. Okay. Then our time is equal to displacement divided by velocity. This is the relationship between displacement, velocity, and time. Next, let's solve problems confronting or regarding these topics. Let's look at some problems on motion. Let's solve some problems on motion. So let's start with number one. A car moves at 10 meters per second for 5 seconds. So remember, we have meter per second here. So let's check for what dimension or what part of motion that uses meter per second as their SI unit or as their measuring unit. We have speed and velocity. Speed and velocity make use of meter per second as their SI unit. So let's check which one will go with this one. So whenever speed, remember, look at this question. A car moves at 10 meters per second for 5 seconds. You will notice there is no direction in this question. So between speed and velocity, which one is vector and which one is scalar? This one is what? Scalar, and this one is vector. So in scalar, they don't make use of what? they don't make use of what direction, but in vector, they must include what direction. So that is that is mean that velocity is what eliminated, because it if it should be velocity, it must be that 10 meter per second a car move at 10 meter per second east for 5 seconds, or 10 meter per second north for 5 seconds. There must be a direction. There must be a direction. But in absence of direction, velocity is eliminated, even not with speed. So speed equals to 10 meter per second, and time is 5 seconds. And hereby you are given speed and time. What else comes to your mind? Let's define let's define distance. Distance is the total length of the path of an object covers regardless of direction. The total length covered by an object regardless of direction is what we know as what? Distance. Is what we know as what? Distance. Okay, this is the total length. The total length covers by what? By a body in a time regardless of what direction. Distance is equals to v over v times t, which is velocity, which is related with v, and t, time, which is related with what? T. So our distance is equals to 10 times 5. But first of all, let's solve for units. Let's solve for units to know the unit that is what applicable here. To know the unit that we put at the end of our answer or our result here. So meter per second times seconds, that's divided by s, giving us with what? So 50 times 10, 10 times 5 will give us what? 50 meter. So our distance is 50 meter. So we have solved for number 1. So let's go over to number 2. Our number 2 say a man walks 100 meter in 5 seconds. A man walks 100 meter in 50 seconds. Sorry. So let's look at what dimension make use of meter as their measuring unit. We have distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. So a man walks 100 meter in 50 seconds. If you look at this question, you notice there is no specific word direction. And when there is no specific direction, displacement is what? Eliminated, because displacement is a vector quantity, while distance is a scalar quantity. We have size, which is what? The magnitude, which is the number of meter the man have walks. Okay, so we are left with what? 100 meter, which is our distance. Our distance equals to 100 meter, and our time, which is 50 seconds. So what comes to mind whenever we see is setting like this. Let's look at speed. Speed is the rate of distance covers in a time. The rate of distance covers in a time is what we know as what? Speed. So our speed is our speed represented in V is distance. Sorry. Yes, distance which is d distance to d over t, which will give us 100 meter divided by 50 seconds. So if we divide 2, we have 2. So for us to know the limit, this thing is the same thing as meter per second because we have second added out, we have meter and then this will give us meter per second. So our 2 is 2 meter per second. Okay. Let's solve for number 3. Let's solve for number 3. Let's solve for number 3. A man travel a train covers 600 meters at a speed of 30 meters per second. A train covers 600 meters. The 600 meters, that direction is distance 600 meters at the speed of 30 meters per second. So speed equals to 30 meters per second. So when solved, what is time? Time is the total distance covered by a body in a specific speed. The distance covered by a body in a specific speed is what we know as what? Time. So our time is distance, which is distance represented with V divided by time represented with T. Okay. Then we have 600 as our distance, which is the same thing as saying 600 meter divided by 30 meter per second. So let's cancel unit. Okay. Cancel 0. 6 go, 3 go into 6 to give us what? 2. So we have time as 20 seconds. So our time is what? 20 seconds. Okay. Let's solve for number 4. Let's solve for number 4. A man walks 20 meters north, then 20 meters south, back to where he started. Solution: a man walks 20 meters north. Here is inclusion of what? Displacement. This question is related to what? Displacement, because the meter have the direction. So it's not distance, it's talking about what? Displacement. Okay. It said that this man was 20 meters north. It was 20 meters north. Then 20 meters south. North and south. So to calculate the displacement is 20 displacement is equals to 20 meter minus 20 meter, which will give us what? 0. So our displacement here is 0 displacement, because the man walked back to where he started. The man walked back from where he started. So we have displacement can be negative, can be positive, and can be 0. So whenever an object start from somewhere and later come back to where it started, the displacement is what? 0. If he minus the journey he goes up and the journey he come back, it will give you what? 0. So our displacement here is 0. Okay. Then let's solve number 5. Let's solve number 5. A car moves 100 meters east in 10 seconds. A car moves 100 meters east in 10 seconds. Remember, there is direction here. There is direction here, which is what? East. We are talking about displacement. So displacement is equals to what? 100 meters. Then time is 10 meters. 10 seconds. Sorry. So we are looking at velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is the rate of displacement in a given time. The rate of displacement in a given time is what we know as what? Velocity. So velocity is equals to 100 meter over 10 seconds. Divide. Okay. So I have value 1 divide. We are looking at velocity is equals to 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. So our velocity here is that a car moves from 100 meter east in 10 seconds. We have the velocity at 10 meter per second. Please, I hope I have answered the question. If you have any question regarding on this topic, please drop it in the comment section. Believe me, I will respond and tackle to that. Please, my vision is to help many people succeed, and I cannot do it without you. Help me share this message. Help me share this my educational content. I want as many as possible students all over the globe to succeed in academic work. Not only ending in succeeding in academic works, I want them to defend their knowledge, to be capable of defending their knowledge. Look at how I simplify this topic. Please help me share, comment, let it go viral, let people know about these things. WAEC is fast approaching, JAMB is fast approaching. Help me, and help people to succeed in academic work. My vision is to see people that are succeeding in academic work. Please help me. Peace and love. God bless you.